If you want to see me create my first look using the Norvina Volume 5 palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time here, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I am very excited to have you here because I am going to talk about a palette and do my first look with a palette that I have been waiting for since volume 2? What's this one? Volume 1. Since volume 1 of the Norvina palette legacy, I guess, because we are now at volume 5. And each one of the ones that I have picked up from ABH, the big Norvina palettes, square palettes, it's always been a nice, but not quite. Nice, but not quite. So let me show you what I mean. So this is the first one I ever picked up, and its saving grace was that there were a number of purples in the palette. Not a whole lot of pinks, but some. And so the purples were, for the most part, what was interesting to me in the palette. And it was not a whole lot, but at least I thought there are a number of different shadows for me to play with and come up with some different combinations. And so because there are 5x5, 25 shadows, I felt like I could do quite a bit, and I could do some neutrals as well as some pretty colorful looks. So that was the first foray. I was disappointed in this one. I will admit, not happy, maybe more so in retrospect based on what I've seen since. Then the volume 4 came along, and it was much, much better than volume 1. I was not interested in number 2 and number 3. I'm not big on oranges and greens and blues. And this is what the number 4 looked like. So you'll see a lot more pinks along with the purples and burgundies in here, some neutrals. It really is a much more functional, for my preference, a much more functional palette. And I also thought that it would probably appeal to more people because you can really do quite a few colorful, yes, but also quite a variety of neutral looks. Lots of very solid mattes in here. So I was really jazzed by this palette. And then, so here, this was good. This was really good. And then ABH comes out with volume 5. And well, it's like they figured out the recipe, they figured out the secret sauce, because each volume subsequently seems to be better than the previous. And I'm not one for neutral shadows. I just like the curation, especially of volume 4, and now volume 5. I feel like they hit it out of the park. So here is volume 5. So first off, the packaging is absolutely beautiful. It's the nicest packaging, in my opinion, of any of the volumes that they've come out with for Norvina palette. And it has the purples, the burgundies, some pinks, lots of flashy, nice shimmers. There seems to be a glitter here, not something that I'm super interested in, but if you do like combos, this looks like a good one. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette, and I can't wait to do a look with this palette. It's so beautiful. And so that's what I want to do today. I haven't even swatched it. I think you can tell none of these shadows have been touched. And I kind of like to do first impressions now before swatches, because I think it's more reflective of how the average person is going to connect with this palette. They're going to do, for the most part, I would believe, a sight unseen, as in not swatched look. So that's what I want to do. Pretty much, I think from now on, I don't want to do first impressions before I swatch. It just feels like having swatched everything is an unfair advantage and not again, not aligned with what the average person might do in discovering a new palette. So I have this palette now, and it is time to come up with a look. And given how I was so excited by the purples and the pinks, it would be silly for me not to use those colors, because that's what I'm saying I'm so excited about for the palette. I think I'm going to use these colors, actually. I think I'm going to use these three and this one as well, I think. And I may bring in another color as I go, but let's just start with that idea. And I just put my finger, just put my pinky in the white. And maybe the white will go on the brow bone. It's just a matte white. All right, enough talking. Let me start applying. I think I'm going to go into the light pink B2 first to go into the crease. And for that purpose, I'll use my Quo Fluffy brush and just going to go into this very nice pink color. And I'll only do one eye at a time. So I'll do this one eye completely and do the other eye off camera. And I went right in. I mean, no holds barred here. I just went right in with this pink, and it's already looking quite nice with just the one single application. Okay, I'm just going to pick up the kick up and go again in the crease. This is a very nice light pink. Okay, I think that looks relatively good. I think I'm going to take my multitasker brush and go into B3, which is this periwinkle color, and go right into the inner. Ooh, the mattes are powdery. I don't mind, but they are powdery. I'm just letting you know. So it kicked up quite a bit in the pen already. Okay, that's cute. Again, just picking up the kick up. And it's just, they're very smooth, very fine. And there's a lot of pigmentation. And there's a definite white base to the periwinkle, and I think it looks pretty darned good. Okay, now I think what I want to do is I want to go with a deeper color on the outer lid and then use a shimmer to kind of tie them together on the center lid. So on the outer lid, I'm going to keep going with the colors that I thought I would use. So I'm going to go with this deeper purple and use a denser brush. And for that purpose, I'm going to use the discontinued Smashbox full coverage shadow brush. And it's so sad that Smashbox has discontinued their brushes, because they really are my favorite brushes in my collection. It's unfortunate, because I would love to keep recommending them. I'm still going to tell you what I'm using, obviously, and I'm not going to throw away brushes just because they're discontinued, because brushes last for a really long time when we take care of them, obviously. Okay. That's looking all right. I want to take that deep purple and bring it on the outer lower lash line. And for that purpose, I'm going to use my Sephora angle brush to just get that purple on the lower lid. Same purple as I was just working with. That's fun. Just a little bit more. I may go in with a liner later, just to make sure that it's purple enough on the lower lash line. That is just so pretty. Jeez, so nice. All right, now I'm thinking of what to do with the brow bone. And I think I'm going to go with that matte white that I got my pinky into just right up here. A1 is a very matte white. And I'm going to use this basic brush, which is the shadow brush from Sephora. It doesn't even have a name. And I've just picked up a little bit to put, there's a rogue brow hair there. Boy, that is a white. Wow. I do not have to go back in with this one. That is very, very white. Do I want more? I think I'm going to go back into my angled brush and just bring that same purple along the lower lash line because it just looks good. Just seems to offset the periwinkle, and I really like it. So the periwinkle seems to be the big attention seeker for now, but I think that might change when I go into this beautiful sparkly shade, which is has a less beautiful name of A3. And I think I'm going to, I had a dog hair, dog fluff I should say. I was just walking Silhouette, my dog, before starting to film. So A3 is what I'm going to put on the center lid. Oh, I thought it was going to be chunkier than that, but it's not. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, that's going to look really good. And the placement of the shadows in the palette, at least for this look, is really good because that set of 4 shadows really works well together. It was effortless to see the palette and come up with the look. And I did pick it up, this palette, before Christmas, and it was, I think, a 40 or better % off sale. And I'm really pleased that I picked it up because, like I said, it's my favorite out of the 3 palettes that have had purples and pinks, and I really like the outcome. I think it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is use the next 3 products to finish up the eye look. I'm going to use the 24/7 Glide On pencil from Urban Decay called Zero to just accentuate the upper lash line. Now I had the Lise Wattier black on my upper waterline before starting filming. I'm just going to accentuate the black here just to make sure that the eyes are as accentuated as possible. Next, I'm going to use the Anastasia liquid liner. Of course, it's an Anastasia palette, so I want to use Anastasia products. And so there's the receptacle on one end and the brush on the other. And I'm just going to do the liner. And I've said it before, it's a very nice, very liquid liner. So it does not tug at the eye, which I appreciate. Hopefully you can see when I'm doing well. And I'm not doing a wing, I'm just doing a straight across. I'm using more my lashes to complement the eye shape as opposed to relying on a wing. I've just decided over time that for most looks that's my style, so and it suits me just fine. Okay, so there's one side, of course, because I'm only doing one side, and now I've got the, I feel like putting a lower lid liner. Let me find a liner and we'll keep going. I think that Ransom from Urban Decay would look pretty good. This is what it looks like. I think that's going to look good on the lower lash line, and I think it's going to work well with the periwinkle that I have up top. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I will do the same on the other side. And last thing that we need to do here is the mascara. And I'm using the Lash Brag from ABH because this is an ABH look. And look at the hourglass on this mascara. It is quite a nice mascara. Not my absolute fave, but it's a solid mascara from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And if I were to tell you my favorite mascaras right now, we are talking about Lash Freak from Urban Decay, and also Monsieur Big from Lancôme. It's been a favorite for a while now. And I'm also trying a few more, so I may have some additional suggestions as I go along. The Air Volume from L'Oreal is actually pretty good. It's only once now, the latest look that I used it in, where it got a little clumpy on me. And I wasn't too thrilled about that. I'm really liking this look. So I don't want to try to apply a second coat, but I will do it off camera. But I think you see how the lashes are pretty defined. I am really liking this look a lot. A lot. So I'm going to replicate this look on the other side, as I've said before, and find a suitable lip to finish the look. And I will be back with everything done. And here is the final look using the Norvina Volume 5 from ABH. I really think this look turned out beautifully, and I went straight in for the same types of colors as the packaging suggests, right? And I wanted to make sure that the colors that are really the signature colors for this palette worked really well. So just as a reminder, these are the colors that I used, and the brow bone, the matte white brow bone color. I call it a brow bone color because that's what I used it for, but you know what I'm saying. It's an accent color. The only thing I think I might have done is found a brightener on the inner lid, and I didn't want to use the white again, and I don't see a whole lot in here. Maybe this one, the B1, maybe that one would work, but I don't want to change the look now. These are the shadows I told you I would use. I selected them before knowing how they would react on the eye. I'm really happy with the final look. It's colorful, but it's not crazy colorful. Got a little bit of fallout though. This is my favorite brush for getting rid of fallout. I think I've got a little bit of mascara on my face. I'll have to deal with it offline. But the only thing I did, as I have a little lipstick on my teeth, the only extra thing I did was to use the Smoky Plum 37, my favorite lipstick right now from Elizabeth Arden. I think it works, especially because of the pink in the crease. I like this look. I didn't want to go with something flaming purple or flaming pink because I think that it would have taken away from the eye. This is a little bit more neutral and subdued. It's a deep color, but it's still kind of on the neutral side. And I think that that's a good pairing, in my opinion. Yeah, and I had my face makeup done before starting the eye look. So, and again, little black flecks here and there. But anyway, I think it's the mascara. I am happy with the look. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions using the Volume 5. Let me know what you think, and also if you have any requests. I mean, this is sort of like Battleship, right? The letter and the number. Please let me know what combos you would like to see from this palette. I am quite sure I'm going to do a series of looks with this palette, and since I'm on that topic, I have a bunch of lookbooks that I just never released during the interesting times that we've had, and I'm starting to collect the looks and getting ready to give you some lookbooks from mostly actually ABH palettes, some other palettes as well. And yeah, hopefully I'll get those out sooner than later. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really happy. I think this was a great choice. I trusted my gut, and yes, this I think is the best of the 3 that I've ever purchased. I kind of wish that one came out first because that would have been one and done, but we all learn and we all evolve, and it's all good. And with that, I will say, let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you as usual. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.